The ancient Irish culture really has been passed down to us through word of mouth. It's an innate wisdom that is held within the nervous system of the Irish people. It's a memory that we pass on from generation to generation. The stories, the mythology seems to be buried in this modern day, but the monuments still stand, and the most famous of all is Newgrange. This is a monument to the presence that is always imbued within our lives, the presence of the loving Son and the higher state of consciousness that we can enter into. And within our culture, we have stories of mythical people who seem to have lived on a different plane of understanding. And one of those were the Tuatha De Danann. And within this mythological story, they arrived from the mist. They lived in ancient times with superpowers that were beyond our comprehension in this space and time. But Newgrange holds that mystery, and it holds it in a structure in which we can stand in awe of. And this time last year, I was inspired to write a poem called Passage Grave, which is one of the poems within the collection that I'm presenting to you at the moment, due to come out in the next couple of weeks, called Declare a Republic, a Free State of Mind, where I look at our consciousness as a nation and look to see how we can, be archaeologists and co-designers of a new understanding of who we may be if we were to pass beyond the oppression and suppression that we have had to live through, and that what kind of a new earth that could emerge from this, as if we were the Tuatha De Danann that were pushing ourselves and nosing ourselves way through the underground, the underworld, up through the passage grave of Newgrange and out into the illuminated, enlightened, unified consciousness. So I'd love to recite this poem in memory of these mythical people, this beautiful tomb that's been left for us to remember our heritage and our wisdom, that is our sovereignty and our legacy, to use and to be inspired by and to bring into our present day in whatever way, shape and form that means for each individual. This is recited by Caroline Murphy-Bennis, 2020. Passage grave, clawing desperately with hands and nails, edging our way through. The earth is damp and cold on our skin. Darkness prevails. It seeps into our bones. The powdery fungus fills our lungs. Coughing, choking, aching, we battle on, blind. Shrews nosing our way through darkened tunnels until the earth crumbles, dry and dusty. A breakthrough, an opening into darkness, a chamber of hope. We enter an unknown realm, ancient yet new. Silence consumes us. The massive stones encasing our chamber hold a space for us to hear our next footsteps, whispering from where we already know, this way. Feeling that presence, we follow down the passageway, stooped low and with mindful steps to enter to the entrance place. The way is blocked, they call out. We can't get through. Weakened by our journey, we fall to our knees. Hopes crushed. Silently we sit. Listen, say those who can hear. Trust. Surrender your will. Slowly we stand to mountain pose. Then bending, we place our hands, outlined on stones. One from each tribe, all shades and tones. An image of unity to behold. A power enters our vessels, not of this earth. The embodiment of universal will, a higher purpose. We begin to push the enormous weight of millenniums, giving every drop of heart and soul until finally, movement. It collapses to a rebirth. We stand in awe, illuminated with wonder. The warmth of the loving sun floods our senses and lifts our hearts into exaltation. The rays pierce our eyes, penetrating straight past us, down the passageway, engulfing the inner chamber, seeping through every tunnel, reaching at last to the core of our earth. Life has lived us into a new earth, from deep within our passage grave.